I didn't figure out a joke yet. Oh no.
Cockatooey. That is a joke. That's a desperation joke right there.
Well,
that's as good as that intro's getting.
With this, welcome everybody to episode 5 of Uploading Podcast, your favorite, interesting, most credible tech news show in the form of a audio-only podcast.
I think credible gets you opened up for libelous there.
We're again joined by Mr. Sod.
Yes, honored to be back yet again.
Very good.
None of you are sick of me yet.
I don't think people are. The only message I got, literally, I'm going to read it.
Mm-hmm.
The only message I got so far was, he's Irish? And then, 2 question marks.
I mean, that is a good question, because, my accent is what I lovingly refer to as a Rorschach accent. You know, like the Rorschach inkblot tests. Whenever you hear my accent, you just assume your own beliefs upon it. Like, some people think I sound very American. Some people think I sound very British. Some people generally do think I sound very Irish sometimes. It also doesn't help that with Asperger's, I kind of mimic bits and pieces of accents that I really like. Mm-hmm. And they just come out sometimes. And it just throws people for a real loop. Like Scottish from
I think it's a big mixture of many things.
Yeah.
Which is similar to what I have sometimes. Depending on, a random word, I'll just pronounce it like some random fucking accent.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably just the accent you most associate with the word because of some character or something. But also, accents, mainly presented through, film and television that do cultivate a certain, sound and image for their own benefit, you know?
Yeah. Not when you're in Germany, though, because then everything is redubbed in German.
Ah.
So, literally, that doesn't matter.
I imagine, are you an English speaker first, or do you prefer, damn it, I was just about to turn off Do Not Disturb.
That's a good shout there. I need to check on my phone. No, it's already on Not Disturb. Good.
Yeah, I only just turned the Wi-Fi back on, had it off watching a film with my brother, and I was just about to do it, and it beeps. Anyhow, are you a native English speaker, or do you speak German first and foremost, or do you bilingual?
I mean, I haven't spoken English until I was 12 or something, which then I was...
I'm just asking because you speak it incredibly well.
That's true.
I'd hardly notice an accent at all.
But actually, I strongly prefer English more to German for a number of reasons. But when you live in Germany, you just have to speak it, and it's fine. But that's just, especially in writing, I really hate it.
Oh.
Because we have all these insane special rules of how to write words and what words you need to write with capital letters.
Oh, goodness gracious. That sounds like a pain.
And I like how in English it's mostly a very stupid and basic language. There's not many grammar rules. You don't have 10 versions of, I don't know, want or something. And we have 12 different versions of how to say want depending on what person we talk about.
Yeah. Honestly,
stuff like that.
A lot of people learning English say it's the hardest language to learn. Because generally, from speaking another language, because there are so many other rules about for French, masculine and feminine vowels.
Yeah, we have three. We have three. We have masculine, feminine, and neutral.
Oh, goodness gracious. And then it's just Cantonese, Japanese, that. That's a whole different system as well. Moving from that to English is just so complicated for them because, like you said, it's just a very broken down, streamlined language.
Oftentimes, I'll sit somewhere and think, "Oh, this cannot be correct," because in German we'd have a random specific case of what type of word we should use. Like when you say "long time no see," that sounds really wrong to me because. I don't know, we put that in the past tense and stuff in German, And in English, it's just, long time no see. No and see both sound really dumb to me, and I don't think it's correct, but I think it actually is.
Yeah, so that is the thing about English as well. It's like
getting my mind around how basic English is really weird. But I figured it out, and I love it now.
First and foremost about just kind of like mouth flow, it's like what feels right to say.
That's true.
Because like there's a bunch of like apostrophe words like there, like they are. If you ever try and say that broken up in a sentence, saying they are it always just kind of feels so wrong, So you end up just breaking it down into that apostrophe version just to streamline it. And it's that way with a lot of things. Like, even if it's like technically not correct usage, if it does flow better, people will kind of get it. And that's the first tangent for the episode.
6 minutes in, it is already off the rails. But that's
Let's begin with my introduction. Oh God, we're 6 minutes in. Hello. Sod Passion Project here. Recording this right before I do a stream. Be playing Dark Souls. But new stream schedule, for those wondering, will be on Fridays. Alternating between Deathloop and The Medium. On a Saturday, still playing Black Book. And Sundays, Genesis Quad Dark Souls. I just said that. Also random stuff on the Thursday. And you'll be able to find my link tree to all my stuff in the description for this podcast.
That's very interesting. I think people remember who you are.
Yeah.
If they listen to the last episode. Do people listen to more than one episode? I hope so. You've already introduced yourself with the last one, which is fine. It's good. You can talk about it again. But
it's just like new and recurring people. Like you always have to assume.
Talking about your schedule is. I think that's a bit too much because we don't know when this is going to come out.
Well, like I do the full playthroughs of those, so it's like if you don't catch me this week, it's going to be relevant for the next couple of weeks until I have to eventually change out a game.
Okay, then it makes a bit more sense.
Anywho, this has been the second tangent.
Yeah, let's roll into the first topic. Hello and welcome to this funny little ad. It's not funny, it's not even an ad, it's just an interruption. Yeah, I'm asking you to please leave a rating in your favorite podcast listening app. A rating and a review if your platform allows that. Leave a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you're listening, check if you can rate podcasts there and check if you can leave a review and then just write, haha, this funny or something like that in the review section and give us 5 stars. Or 4. Or 3. Probably, 5 is the best. Thank you for helping us get more listeners. It's pretty awesome if you do that. Thank you.
Stalking made easy by Apple, I believe. A swimsuit model says she was stalked by a stranger who slipped an Apple AirTag tracker into her coat pocket before following up for 5 hours. An AirTag, first released last April, is a nickel-sized tracking device that acts as a key finder with Apple users to attach it to their personal items to make sure they never get lost. However, there have been multiple reports that the gadget, which retails from $29.99 USD, have been placed by stalkers and thieves inside other people's handbags, cars, pockets to track their whereabouts. Nada appears to be the latest victim, with the model revealing her expenses to be relaying. My bad, I'm struggling on this one. Experience to her 827,000 Instagram followers.
That's pretty interesting. So, do you even know what Apple AirTags are?
I'm aware of it, like especially reading the app, but also just knowing it's like, oh, this solves a pretty common solution. It's just, a solution for a pretty common problem. It's just why people have that particular problem can vary wildly. Hey, I've lost something and I want to find it. Oh, is it your keys? No, it's this girl I like that doesn't know I exist.
Yeah, this is insane. I know. there's this woman on YouTube who does like shorts, and she's blind.
Mm-hmm.
She always starts her videos with like, "Oh, how does a blind girl, I don't know, find her purse or something?" And then she like demonstrates how freaking awesome this AirTag is. Not only for if you just don't know where your keys are, but also if you're just blind and you literally can't find them.
Yeah, like that's the problem, though.
Having the phone tell you, "Oh, 4 meters forward," and then you know exactly where it is. That's good. That's very good. But then when people take great ideas and do shit like this, I just hate it, because that leads everybody else to not be able to use that great technology anymore, because you'll get shit legislation.
It's just a tool, you know? It's all about who wields it. Like, you can say this about any instrument in the world. You can do great, wonderful things with it, but you can also do terrible things if that's what you want to do. And it's just very hard to account for that.
I think Apple need to do a better job at showing you that there's an AirTag near you.
Well, that's the problem, though. It's like very tied into Apple products. What happens if, like, you know, you're just an Android user?
Actually, I know that. I know what happens then, because Apple have released an app which is called like I don't know, AirTag Alert or some dumb shitty name like that, which you can install, and then that will monitor if there's an AirTag near you, so you can't get stalked by it. But I went to get it because I think that's actually a part of a good solution. But oh look, it's US only. Well, fuck off.
That's the worst. Like, it's so frustrating. These companies that essentially operate on a international scale and get the money internationally. You know, America, Europe, various other places. Canada, I want to say, but Canada has very few people, apparently. Anywho, it's like they care about America first and foremost. I can still not get access to, like, HBO Max, and it is so infuriating to me, because, like, shows that I want to watch and support on that service, I cannot, because I'm in the wrong country, and various shows have just kind of been, like, cancelled or wound down, because apparently there wasn't, like, the audience support. Whereas they keep trying to make it like Lucifer, which got such international appeal that Netflix was like, no, this makes sense for us to buy it after Fox cancelled it and then aired it on the service. But that worked because it was appealing to a broader audience internationally.
Okay.
Tangent number 3.
Well, I think I go back to this topic. When AirTags first came out, I remember that it took like 3 days of having an AirTag near to your iPhone until you get a notice that the thing is following you. And that was way too long. And now it doesn't say how long it takes. And I think this should immediately tell you, as soon as you like move away from the fucking restaurant you're at or something, it should immediately tell you so you can take the thing and fucking like crush it with your foot. 3 days is a long time to get a ton of like, you get so much personal data by monitoring somebody's movement for 3 days.
Oh god, yeah, that is unbelievably invasive. Like, knowing where they go, where they have the breakfast, where they get the coffee, at what times they go to the gym. Like, it's also very dystopian.
If you look at the notification, there's a screenshot on the article, and the notification is, this item has been moving with you for a while. The owner can see its location. I don't think that is clear enough for people who don't know what an AirTag is. It explains what happens, but then
wild.
Somebody, like some grandma, is not going to know what this means. Let alone, if I look at phones like my mum's phone, there's like constantly 100 notifications just sitting there. There should not just be a notification.
Yeah, it should be more than that. Like, I have two Twitter accounts tied to my phone. I get a lot of notifications from them, two branded ones. This notification would immediately get buried by just the amount of notifications I get from that and like YouTube and like Twitch. Just gone. I will never know. I will never know of my stalker.
You should have like some kind of pop-up message that like takes over your whole device.
Yeah, so people can be aware of what's happening.
Because this is like an actual big flaw in this product so far. They didn't think about this enough. Also with the Android thing. One thing that I would like to happen or want to happen is that the Android people also get together and make something like this. Samsung has their own system for this. Obviously they have. But Android itself, as an ecosystem, all Android phones don't have something like that. If we have that, there's like different smaller companies. You have Tile. Maybe other phone companies are going to get onto this. Fucking Huawei or Xiaomi or something. I would want just an industry standardized tracking standard for everything, for iPhones and Android and like whatever, just so they can work well enough and great. And so everybody can know and that when they're being fucked with.
The problem is though, is like, what if you're like constantly around someone frequently enough? Like, say, a coworker, like, and they have one of these on their keys. And it's like, hey, this has been following you fairly often for, like, the last couple of days. And it's just like, you know, your coworker's keys. Like, what happens in that scenario then?
I think you can trust certain accounts or certain people. I'm unsure. Or if that's not a thing yet, you could totally implement this. Because those AirTags get registered to people, right? It gets registered to your Apple account or your Samsung account, so it totally knows, this is Silas's thing, and this is Sod's thing, trust Sod's items. And then you don't get a notification for that.
I'd certainly hope so, but at the same time, for like burner accounts, it's a whole different thing. Like, just burner accounts to avoid accountability, avoid it being traced back to you. That's a whole different ballpark.
Well, I mean, you don't use a burner account for your normal things, right? If you have...
Like I said, totally different thing. I thought about it and then I realized, no, this is a whole different tangent.
Yeah, like if we meet, I know you, we could set up, I don't know if iPhone has like friends things or whatever. You could set up some if in iMessage or something, or WhatsApp, you can put like, a button that just says trust this person's devices, and then, I'll leave Son alone again, but oh shit, I've put his wallet, for some reason his wallet has fell into my backpack, and I'll leave, and then instead of it saying, you're being tracked, you will die tomorrow, it just says, you picked up Sod's thing.
I mean, that actually would be fairly useful.
Because you're not going to have a burner account on your normal, actual, serious things. You can have a burner account on random shit when you want to stalk somebody, but you wouldn't have that burner stalker account added as, like, a trusted person.
Yeah, so I realized as soon as I thought of the question, you know?
Yeah. Think before you speak is always something that I have to tell myself as well. So, yeah, I know that.
But what's the fun in that? Like, as a streamer, you have to realize you got something that isn't just, like, blatantly, wholeheartedly offensive to, like, a group of people. Say it. Fill the silence. Fill the silence.
Well, that's basically it about this topic. Do not use this cool device against evil ways. Against normal fucking brain logic. What's it called? Common sense, yeah.
Yeah, normal
brain logic.
I think we both could use some coffee.
Is that wait. Common sense. German. Oh, okay, there is a German word for it, but it's just really way different. Okay, next topic. Moving on.
Would you like to read out this one?
Twitter getting new features? Twitter is testing on a new TikTok for. Oh, this is fucking a fucked sentence. Twitter is testing a new TikTok-like format for its Explore Discovery tab for selected users globally, also in India. That's pretty smart because in India, TikTok is banned.
Oh, well, then that makes sense. I was just about to say, like, Twitter tries quite often to add, like, features that just aren't relevant to its platform. Like, because Twitter is very much a secondary site, you know? It's like people use that to just shoot stuff out there, upload art, which is a primary thing, but there's a bunch of other sites for that. It's like just meant to support and promote yourself or get thoughts out there. It's not really like a main hub like Twitch and YouTube, you know? Or any other site.
You can spend a lot of time on Twitter, though, and there's very big communities, but the main point of it is like fast, snappy, small, I'm going to say news bits, whether it's actual news or just news about your thoughts. Like, doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yes, short, snappy bits. Here's some art. Here's some thoughts by a creator that you like and think is funny. You can like them. Or here's like a promotion at the live. Oh, I'll go watch that. That is what Twitter is. But if TikTok is banned in India and they're setting up this feature where Twitter is allowed, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the new UI is being tested on selected users who have the latest version of the Android or iOS app. That's not true. Who use the latest version of Android or iOS? How does that work?
Well, that's the thing,
confusing.
Though. iOS can only update like to the latest version so far on certain products. I think I'm like on 12 or something, and it's like on iOS 15 now on the main phones. But like mine's just constantly
way worse on Android. You should
mine's constantly just getting kind of patched and updated to still be functional because of how many people still use an iPhone 6. But like there's a lot of functionality and capabilities that are just lost because like the phone doesn't have the hardware to support them.
In this test, users will be able to swipe up and see videos, images, and even text-based tweets in a vertical format, just like you now see in TikTok or Instagram Reels. Also, Twitter is testing a one-time warning feature that will let users flag their posts with labels like nudity, violence, or sensitive. Previously, users can only mark based on a single label, sensitive. There's many things going on in this.
My question is that like a reporting, or can like say a lewd artist, shall we say, that makes certain artwork, like upload it but add this tag so that way if you're on an account that's too young to view it, or if you have it set to ask for permission to show me things of this nature first and foremost, that way it's just like filtered out of the feed, or is at the very least just like covered up. So
I think that just means if you are a lewd artist, you can set like a thing to appear. Oh, this is 18 plus sex art. Don't press yes if you're not 18, and then that's it.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's a good change because that's way better than having one singular label called sensitive. Everything can be sensitive. Some people want to see lewd art, but don't want to see, a person's head getting cut off or something.
Yeah, definitely separating the violence out.
That's a very good change. They should definitely do this. About the TikTok and Instagram Reels type stuff, I don't know. Isn't that what Twitter already is?
I feel like, no, it's like specifically like the TikTok nature of it's like, okay, here's one thing, slide up to see the next thing, which I don't want that for everything. Like, give me a button to tap in and go see like video reels like that separately, and then I can back out of it when I'm done. I do like, to a certain extent, just slowly scrolling through messages and things and whatnot on Twitter. It's actually one of the recent updates they did that was super good for me with my OCD and ADHD. Is like they've stopped like actively refreshing the page and then suddenly jumping about wherever you are. You're just scrolling down and then it's like, okay, here's a bunch of new posts. We're gonna move where you actively are. That drove me nuts. And now they've kind of like done away with that, at least on like desktop. I'm not too sure on mobile. I think it's been reduced, but then again, I don't have the latest version of iOS, so maybe I'm just not getting the best version of the app. I'm not entirely sure.
You have like Twitter from 2012.
That would.
Hilarious.
That would.
Okay.
Oh, there's a good script about like just having like a time machine. Or it's just a busted iPhone or something that shows you Twitter from the future, and you're back in 2012, and it's like, President, what?
That
would make for a good script. Or just like someone going mad seeing the crazy things. Australia on fire. Like that would be baffling.
COVID nonsense and whatever. Yeah, whoa. Okay. Well, we will see how great these tests are. I would like to see that. I'm interested. I like TikTok and I like YouTube Shorts mostly. YouTube Shorts can be really good, but then also it does really weird shit sometimes.
How so?
Well, I just get really weird recommendations sometimes. It just shows you like those fucking videos of people eating stuff, and I really don't like them. And they like slurp and all of that.
I think it's partly like that the TikTok model of like, yeah, this is pretty randomized. We'll show you stuff you like previously if you keep scrolling, but yeah, we're gonna put random stuff in there as well because why not?
On TikTok, though, almost everything that you see, at least for me, I really like it because their algorithm is just really good. And then on YouTube, it's like, oh, here's a cool science video. I like that. Oh, here's a cool fucking language video. And then, this random dumb shit that I really hate.
I think the best case scenario is just to downvote that stuff so like YouTube knows you don't want to engage with it.
I do every time. It doesn't work.
Damn it, YouTube. Because I do fundamentally like that randomness of just pulling in different stuff and exposing it to you via shorts. It's just like the stuff you specifically don't like and YouTube not getting a hint. That's bad. This
special type of videos where it's just like a GTA video of like cars driving. And then there's people saying like, oh, why can the queen move way more in chess than the king, whatever the fucking pieces are called? And then they're like, well, because a chessboard looks like the kitchen floor. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, fuck off. Jesus. And every single time is like dumb shit against women. And I think it's always the same channel and the same voice too. And I really hate it. I just want that to go away. Every time I actively even go to this thing where it says, don't show me this again. And it still does it.
I don't.
The same fucking kind of videos.
I'm honestly baffled. Like, I have never seen stuff like that. I've seen like mostly short clips from other channels I followed or have created short clip channels. And just like a lot of those fact videos, animal videos, reposts of those TikTok ones of like girls dancing or like the cosplay and making memes about that, like the Squidward uniform one. Like, that's what I've seen. I have never seen anything like that with all my shorts. That is baffling.
I really don't like it. And also, there's this comedy dude, I'm going to call it, this comedy person, who his whole point is just being angry. And I also really don't like him. It's like, oh, this random customer comes into a store and it's like, oh, I want fries and a burger, but I only have $20 instead of $24. And then he goes like, he's like really angry and shouting like, oh, what, you can't pay for this? Shit like that. And I also really don't like that. He's like the most unpolite, arsehole that I've seen on the internet, but I don't think it's funny even. You can be evil in a funny way, but he's like evil in a way that I think is pretty crap.
Yeah.
Again, I also dislike it, but I fucking see it all the time, actually. I think I remember the name. I need to type it in.
Bloody.
Super Wogue or Super Vogue or some shit. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just going to give my own closing thoughts on this while you search that. I'm interested by this. I think it's a very smart move on Twitter if TikTok is like banned in other regions, but they want to adopt that functionality themselves. It seems a smart move on their part. I'm not sure about like how ethical it is, because it's like Facebook just copying other services' features, which, you know, may not be the best. But regardless, I don't want this getting mixed up with all like the images and like text posts. I want those separate. I want a new tab for this or a button I hit to see all that. I don't want it mixed in with everything else. That's my final thoughts on that.
I think this is just going to fall on its face, honestly, because I don't think they will implement it well, like we've seen with Fleets, with their version of stories, those posts that go away after 24 hours. Personally, I really liked that. But most people literally just took like their own tweets and put them in the fucking fleets, which was not the point. And then Twitter was like, well, fuck this. They've removed it again.
I think the only one that ever got effective use out of it were the like big content creators, but it's like, I don't know. Like, why make it a general feature then? Why not just make it a feature for, you know, those people who are verified and whatnot?
I liked it, though. I think that's a good concept. Posts that go away after 24 hours.
That's true.
That's the only thing that I like about Instagram. That's literally the only thing I look at if I open Instagram. It's the only thing I post, too. It's just fucking podcast clips in the stories. Or other things like that.
Anywho, we got on a series of tangents there. Do you mind if I jump on to the next section? Crypto mining in your car. In the case of the Chris Alessi, I think, he uses a Bitmain antiminer S9 ASIC, okay?
Yeah, ASIC, yeah.
ASIC, there we are. That is powered by his Model S main battery via power inverter to mine for Bitcoin. Alessi also alleges that he used his car's central processor or a Poké Intel Atom-based SoC to mine for Monero using the built-in Tesla web browser. For Alessi, charging his Model S is free for the life of the vehicle using Tesla's vast supercharging network. This perk was available to all new Tesla vehicles purchased before January 2017. So in essence, he's able to mine Bitcoin while not taking a hit on one of the most expensive components for the crypto mining equation, ongoing electricity costs. That is wild. Do you mind if I read the next part there? Because I think it's like very integral to each other based on that last one.
You think? Okay, yeah, sure.
For Tesla owners who aren't so lucky to have free and unlimited supercharging available, the benefits and profits potential are even more dubious. Siraj Raval, who owns a 2018 Model 3, claims he netted between $400 to $800 per month last year mining for Ethereum. Ravel's setup is a bit more complicated and involves hacking the Model 3's internal software to gain direct access to the CPU, then piggybacking 5 unnamed GPUs that tie into the vehicle's main battery.
This is wild, actually. I didn't think this was that interesting when I read this first, because it's just computers in, like, cars are just computers now.
This infuriates me to no end. Because
really?
Because one of the biggest problems with the chip shortage is like car manufacturer companies coming along and saying, hey, we need these for our vehicles, you know, the things that are having a huge impact on climate change and the like.
True.
No, there is like a big demand for them as well, and like pressure to get their serviced first before like anything else. Despite the fact we should really be back.
Cars have had computers in them since like 1994, though.
I know, but they are like getting more and more sophisticated, especially with like self-driving cars like the Tesla and like. And that's that's like straining the system even further. And it's just going to these bit mining bros that are also getting all the CPU parts. It's like,
Well, they're just buying things. I mean, the first person who uses a Bitmain Antminer, that's literally a chip that can only mine Bitcoin. Is specifically designed to do the Bitcoin functions. You could not use that for, like, I don't know, playing Call of Duty or whatever. Sure, they had to be produced at some point, but that's just what companies do. They just
I think there was one of these that was like for the opposite end, like graphics and the like, that had like a firmware version of it released on the internet by accident that allowed you to like, do both on this one thing. And while they did patch it out later, it still exists out there, and you could revert those specific graphic cards back to that version of the software and use them for Bitcoin mining, which is very unfortunate. It is just a problem.
I mean, there's other devices that you can use for mining, which have GPUs in them, but an ASIC you literally can't do anything else with it because the logic is hard coded into the thing. Like a GPU is designed to execute random code. This can only do one function. Okay. So the first story here, I think that is pretty smart, because if you have a Tesla with unlimited
makes sense.
Charging, sure, do it.
Put it to Elon Musk, like make him pay the bill for that.
I don't know if I would use the car's built-in chip to mine Monero, especially if it's an Intel Atom-based one. You don't know how well that's cooled, do you? You people who do this. I don't think you should do something like this on your car, where you will die if something goes wrong.
Well, I think the implication is like, he sets it up passively to allow that to happen. Just set the car charging and like lets it tick away mining for it. Well,
okay, yeah, sure, but if that chip isn't cooled well because they expect this to run at 20% load, but he puts it at 100% load for 10 hours, then shit is going to get damaged. Potentially. You don't know how well this is cooled. That's my main problem. We don't know how these are cooled. If they are cooled well enough, then sure, do it. If it's just designed to handle turning on a windscreen wiper or something, then make sure that it just doesn't run too hot and get fucked. But if you do that, then I think that's a smart idea. About the second one, with Ethereum, I don't understand. So piggybacking 5 GPUs, does that mean he,
I think he is connected
GPUs in there?
Yeah, I think he's connected additional GPUs there to help with the mining process.
How?
I mean, that is just like
I'd imagine they would not have DIY. I expect that they wouldn't just have left like normal PCIe slots on the fucking processor on the motherboard there, because
I think this is definitely a lot of retrofitting for this to be possible.
If that's true, I don't know if that's true. We don't know. I haven't even put a link for this for some reason. I just forgot.
Oh well. I mean, God, it is baffling.
I think this is pretty cool. I always like when people hack things to do something else.
Yeah, the ability to do it is cool. I thoroughly disapprove of the crypto mining there. Excuse me. But I disapprove of that, but it is very good ingenuity. I have to give them that.
I don't like when people have huge mining farms. I really like when people just have an idle mining program or something set up, so they have their gaming PC, and then when they go eat food for 20 minutes, they can make a bit of money while their PC isn't in use, but is still turned on. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
idle mining as a gamer is great.
It's just like those farms, like you said, they hog a lot of resources, not only in terms of energy, but components to make the machine, which then makes the price far higher for everyone else, individual consumers who only need a single part. Whereas like the crypto miners can just bulk buy, which will lower the cost somewhat, and also just like, make them more preferable to deal with, because that lowers the shipping expenses for those people. Instead of like looking up the logistics of where everything's going, just load all these things into one big crate and send it to this individual.
And then also, the whole point of Bitcoin and other crypto things like that is to be decentralized, right? So everybody has a little piece of the network, maintains a little bit of the network, which is what mining is. You do the transactions for the network, shifting money around and stuff with maths.
I think it's like decentralized verification. It's not like every single one is shifting about. It's just like everyone's logging this down. So that way it's hard to like just say hack into a central record base and then just like change some numbers about, and then everyone believes that. The point is that there's
many computers doing this, and many people getting Bitcoin money for this. What is not the point of this is having gigantic warehouses with where 90% of all the, or 99% of all the mining power is coming from. That at that point, it's not decentralized anymore. It's just 5 warehouses across the world doing all the work.
It's bloody terrible.
Not good.
And it's making things very inconvenient for a lot of people across the globe.
If you have a mining farm and you listen to this, don't do it. Don't do it, please.
Like, one of the reasons, besides my like shaky hands, that I want to go through like a PC builder locally in Ireland, where I live, is just to get access to a good graphics card, because they are able to like negotiate and get like shipments in. They still to this day have like the GeForce 3090 in stock, available to like add it to a rig, and like you cannot get that like for free on the market.
Why would you want a 3090 though? Are you insane? What do you do? Like two 8K screens? My God!
I just want videos to render incredibly quickly, and I want like good quality images for my games. Like that's all I care about. Like I have had to stop video.
That's not what a 3090 is for.
I don't care. I just want the best.
3090 can do that, but that's like the graphics card that they don't want you to buy.
I mean, it's also like one of the newest things, and like I said before, I want to coast on this PC next couple of years, Yeah,
okay. Getting a pre-built sucks, though. They make mistakes, and then you will never know how shit it really is.
I know, but trust me, like my hands are just generally very shaky, and I'm probably going to make far more mistakes.
Hello, it is me, Silas, interrupting you again. Sorry. This time, though, I am just asking you to, well, if you enjoy this podcast, please tell all of your friends who you think might also like listening to us talk about random tech and gaming things, because the number one way how people find out about podcasts, about new podcasts, is just through word of mouth. That's literally true. So you'd do us a great favor, and maybe you'd do your friends a favor too, showing them how good and awesome our podcast is. Thank you. Next topic is how to make money on Discord.
I imagine that's just like nudes, or erotic roleplay. It's like, hey, $15 an hour, I'll erotic roleplay with you. I've got like a stock photo of like artworks of various characters that I can use here. Let's go.
So our note here just starts off with with a quote from the director of engineering at Discord, and I'm going to read it now. I don't know why I did it that weirdly, but okay. We see Discord becoming a home for more creators and communities through products like premium memberships, explains Sumit Vidya. I am very sorry. I'm so sorry about your name. A director of engineering at Discord in an interview with The Verge. By providing tools that let community creators earn money, more of them will run healthy, engaged communities for longer periods of time. While Discord already has a number of integrations with Patreon, YouTube, Twitch, and other services that let subscribers on other platforms get special perks or privileges in Discord servers, premium memberships will be fully native to Discord. That means Discord also sets the terms of payment directly, and it has picked a 90-10 split with the creators, allowing Discord communities to keep 90% of all revenue. Premium membership channels will have a small blue star next to them, and if you try to access them, you will be offered the tiers of access that creators have set. In the coming weeks, you might see Discord community servers testing this new feature, and it's something that will expand to more communities next year.
That's
so basically,
interesting.
They will add. So basically, Discord is adding Patreon, but inside of Discord, and I think that's really bloody smart.
Yeah, like just a good solid competitor to like the Patreon, especially as it's kind of like being iffy with like NFT stuff, and like Discord has already been beaten down about that. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say other than, yeah, more competition is good. A better revenue split is for the best, especially because it has all these other like monetization schemes it's going for. I would say just work with that, you know, allow people to upload various videos to these private servers that essentially works the same way as like YouTube Premium videos or YouTube membership videos or exclusive Patreon videos. Just allow people to make the same video, upload it on Patreon to like subscribers there, or YouTube memberships, hide it behind that, and now you have this. Like, it's just a good thing, you know? More options, the better.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of saw this coming for like 2 years at this point, I think, or maybe 1 year, because Discord's main competitor nowadays, I'm going to call it main competitor or one competitor, Gilded, have had this for a long time. When did they introduce it?
That makes sense.
Have you heard of Gilded? Nobody has.
No.
So Gilded is basically Discord, but
maybe
better
that'll be
with
for
more features.
Maybe that'll be for the younger Zoomers, you know? Kind of like Instagram is for like kind of like middle to older millennials, but the younger ones just don't as much, you know? I only have it because like I do stuff on like streaming and whatnot, and I just upload my stream announcements there. Other than that, I barely touch Instagram. Yet I also know a bunch of people about like 5 to 10 years older than me use it heavily, like are in love with it. So maybe it's just like the secular nature of these things. You know, they make it big and they get the hooks into like a certain audience. And like other than like content creators and like, or people who want to see stuff made by them, like they aren't just going to see a bunch of new users. And who knows, in like 6 years' time, Instagram might just be shut down because like its user base has died off.
What does this have to do with Instagram now? What is even happening?
So I was talking about like people not knowing about various things, and that could just be like, you know, due to the age, you know. Things make a big splash, you discover it when you're kind of younger, and then you're stuck with that, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
Like I may just be stuck with Discord because I've jumped onto that bandwagon, and I won't know anything about Gilded, but that'll be super big for people like 5 or 10 years younger than me.
Well, maybe. I like Gilded a lot, and they have cool features. Like, do you know how Discord has threads now on servers for when you reply to a message? You can create like a new thread of messages inside of that message.
I have never used that though.
I've never used that.
It seems neat. I've seen it like pointed out, but it's like I just prefer to keep replying because it's like just an ongoing conversation.
Pretty neat, and Gilded have had this for like 2 years or probably longer.
Damn,
that's like one of the features that they have.
I thought it was like
no.
Wow.
Gilded is. I think Gilded has been launched almost the same time as Discord, but it just didn't like catch on until now, where it has a bit of traction.
Well, I mean, like Discord, it doesn't really sound like hanging out with friends, having conversations. Gilded just makes me think of like cages of various types, you know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, kind of dirty joke there, but like...
Okay.
Again, it just doesn't have the good branding that Discord does.
I don't think Discord is a good name, but I don't think Gilded is a good name either. But it has awesome features. My favorite thing, like it. My favorite thing about Gilded is you can have. Well, first of all, you can have different types of channels. On Discord, you have a text channel, or what is it? A text
voice
or
channel.
Sound. Yeah, and then that's it. On Gilded, you have media channels, which look like a gallery.
Okay, that is pretty good.
A scheduling channel where everybody can put in their time when they are free, and then you can be like, oh, look, this spot, we all 5 of us have time, and then we can play League of Legends or whatever as a group. And it has a calendar type channel.
Those sound very useful.
The calendar thing, I really like that for streaming, because what I can do as a streamer, just put in, every day from, I don't know, 17:30 to 21:50 or something like that. And then John F. in Philadelphia can see those times, but in his time zone.
Ooh.
And that, I was like, fuck, I'm going to goddamn install this right now. That was like the point where I was like, wow.
That's pretty cool. Like, and actually, one of the reasons I do like streaming on YouTube is for that same functionality. I set the stream for my time, and wherever you are in the world, it tells you what time it will be starting for you.
Yeah, that's pretty good, but this works for every platform, essentially, because it's just another chat thing. It has, like, a documents feature, too, and you can have applications, so before somebody can join, you can have, like, you can ask them questions, and it's like, oh, well, this person said, I don't know, I hate trans people, fuck you, in the random question that was, oh, do you play Mario Kart? And then you don't accept them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's pretty awesome. And also, on the 16th of March, Gilded have actually introduced what they call server subs, which is literally what we've just talked about, but they've done it a year ago, essentially.
Dang.
And instead of a 90-10 split, they take 2.5%, which is literally less than apparently any other platform. They have an example here of Patreon compared to Gilded, and Patreon take a lot.
That's to an extent that makes me question how it's monetizable. Maybe we're just getting like massively raked over the coals beyond anything we know of with the other platforms of Patreon, YouTube memberships, and the like. I don't know. I need like a certified economist? Oh Jesus, that was mispronounced. Huh? A communist. Hopefully that's closer. To tell me that we're just getting screwed over massively. Till then, like hearing it's that low in comparison to like all the others makes me wonder. Okay, are they just like eating the costs now and are going to raise the prices later after people have jumped on? Or can it actually sustainably be done at this price?
I actually don't know. Well, it seems to be working well because last year, do you know Roblox, the game Roblox?
Yes.
That's what all the kids play nowadays. Well, actually, last year in August, Roblox Roblox did actually buy Guilded for $90 million.
Damn, because I was just about to ask you, is like, what would you think the odds be of like Guilded and Discord doing a merger, given they like cover such similar groups?
It is very similar, yeah. Well, another thing that I just realized, Guilded is fucking also way better because you have like your own profile, and it has like built-in tournament features. And built-in like rankings things for like different games and stuff. So if you're like, oh, I want to do a new squad for World of Warcraft, and I want to find players who are good at this, and this, and you can just search for them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, now in retrospect, like, they really should have merged. Like, the user base of like Discord, given all the functionality of like Guilded there, that would have been extraordinary. Dang.
I like Guilded though. I like them being separate from Discord because that's what competition does.
That is true, but
having another
at the same time, they've also been bought up by a parent company for the express purpose of integration with another one of the services.
Well,
which
that just means everybody who plays Roblox will get an ad for Guilded now, essentially, probably. I don't know how much they've done with Guilded since, but
it's like Microsoft, I believe, was trying very much to like buy up Discord.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, someone was, but the user base was like, no, keep this independent, because every time once these big companies buy up these services, they slowly start making changes over time that ruin the services more and more and more. Like in comparison, we see this in video games like Activision, Blizzard, EA, how they started pushing for like DLC, microtransactions, season passes, loot boxes and the like from all these previously like independent video game companies. They just put in more and more and more monetizations. And it kind of like ruins a lot of services and products out there.
I mean, so far, it's past August now, as you notice, and so far nothing has happened with Guilded. It's pretty good still. Literally nothing has changed. And also, Roblox and Guilded have said nothing will change, except that Guilded now has money and developers.
Oh,
but that sort of thing is what they say every time.
I would say I watched two lovely videos by People Make Gaming about like developers on Roblox, and I don't want to like regurgitate too much of it here because like they did a really good job, and I'd highly recommend like anyone listening to this to check out those videos after this. They're like very informative if you're like out of the loop on what's going on with Roblox right now. You can learn a lot that's happening with those two videos. Cannot recommend it enough. That's People Make Gaming.
Is that a positive thing that's happening?
No, I'm sorry.
No. Okay.
If you know people have made like a YouTube video about it, you know it's either, okay, these people have a particular obsession about it and just want to talk about it, or bad stuff's happening. That's the only two reasons if YouTube videos is made. Hey, I want to talk about this, or, okay, listen up, folks. Things are getting real in so-and-so. Anyway, I think that's about it. That one was the fastest out of a lot of them, I do have to say, because all we had to say about it was like, yeah, it's a very smart move for Discord to make, and we approve
great
it.
Feature.
Yeah, it's just
paying people money is always better than having ads on it, whether people like it or not. Whenever you have to pay for something, people are like, "What? I want it to be free."
It's very good. I would recommend the dual model, like you can do on YouTube. You know, to get YouTube Premium, or just watching ads, or would membership get you exclusive like ad-free viewing of that channel? You'd think so. I would say like it would be a very smart feature on YouTube's part to like add an ability to like, okay, I like these guys so much, I'm not only going to pay them, either through YouTube Premium or channel membership, I'm going to turn ads back on for them so they get that money too.
I don't know if that makes that much sense, because just one view with YouTube Premium is like already more than like your whole lifetime of ads.
Well, I think it does generally fluctuate. Like if January, like your YouTube Premium is way more than what you'd get like per view. But in December, ad rates are pretty damn high because everyone's buying them up. People are hopping on them because of the Christmas season, and it makes
January,
way more.
There's nothing,
That's the secular nature of it. Whenever it comes around to like a big holiday or something, they really go up. And if you're not burning through money, you're pacing yourself. That can sustain yourself out, as well as like other ad rates throughout the year. They never exactly drop to zero. They're not given away for free. So, yeah, but like YouTube, from what I understand, premium or memberships, it's stable. But like you can't get as high as you can on like certain ad seasons. So
no, I think it's always higher than because premium premium revenue is based on how much you watch on that channel. So if you really like that one channel, just watch it more.
That is true. And also membership on top of that if you want to support them extra. And it's like, okay, I really want to support this one channel, but for the life of me, I can't stand the ads. I actually got a free trial, of premium, and when it was time to come up, it was like, no, I can't go back. I can't go back to the ads. Like, if you have never watched YouTube without the ads, it's just, oh my god, like, it was like a constant headache. It's like there was this pressure that's been on my back for years, and then suddenly I took it off, But like, I would like to see some ads every now and again, because like a lot of it was irrelevant to me, or like on political stuff I'd watch. I was just getting a lot of PragerU videos to, counter program them. That's how they do it. But I've found a lot of games via like ads on YouTube as well. Some very interesting games, some stuff I backed on Kickstarter. I do genuinely miss seeing that, I wish I could. There was that functionality to like have limited ads and very curated ads where I can just like say no to them. I want this specific swath of them. I don't want any of this stuff because I don't drink personally, but I saw a lot of alcohol things. Anyhow, I just interrupted you there. My bad.
The one point I don't like about advertising-based things, about advertising-based services, it just means that the consumer is not the customer of the website. People who use YouTube are not the customer. The advertisers are the customers of YouTube. So all that they do is based around what's good for the advertisers and what makes them happy. Plus also privacy concerns and other things like that, which I don't like. So, yeah. Like, there's alternatives, like YouTube Premium and stuff, and also Neeva, the search engine made by, I think, ex-Google employees, which is paid, subscribed search engine.
Well.
Which I very much want to use, because if you just go to their site, it just says, oh, ad-supported search, 40% ads. I think that's true. I think it's probably more than 40% in some cases if you look at like Google or something.
That is very true.
Don't like, if you look at the data that Google stores of you, they have every single thing, and I think that's pretty scary, and I don't like that.
Yes, this again has been an absolute delight to do with you. This is just, it's very fun to just see these various like news topics, some serious, some not so serious, and just like go off on them, have a chat about them, give your thoughts and opinions. It is a very engaging and cathartic activity, and I am very happy to have come on this podcast again.
We will have you back.
More
times.
I should throw this in at the very end. Apologies for this one coming out a bit late. Normally it's like recorded on a Friday, but on that particular day, I was wrapping up Horizon Zero Dawn, which just kind of went long. I had streamed it for like 22 weeks, including the last day. So it's like, I just went long for one like big extravaganza to wrap it up on, instead of like doing all the side quests and then leaving the conclusion until next week, you know? So I must sincerely apologize for that. And who knows, you may see me again next Friday as well, because
I don't think
free.
you have to apologize, because our episodes rescheduled before that what was literally just random. I would end the episodes with just saying, "Oh, we'll be back whenever," something like that. So this is better than before.
Well, all things go well. You at least see the podcast again. Come next. God, I've seen your name written down. I don't think I've ever seen it down, said aloud before, which made me stutter. Hopefully you'll see Silas again. Come next Friday. I might be there too. I'm available. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Any closing sentiments from you? Oh, just goodbye.
Just goodbye.
Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
You've said a lot of things. It's fine. Follow me on Trovo if I ever stream. Trovo.live/SilasTV. Twitter @WatchSilasTV, Instagram as well, and TikTok, and @UploadingPod. Follow those.
And in the name of brevity, you can find all my stuff via Linktree. That will be in the description of this.
Yeah.
Ta-ta, Wiedersehen, everyone. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a good rest of your day.